The doodle? Do you want to do the garage band?
Good morning. We are live. All right. If you are watching this, type of one in the chat. Let's wake up and let's get going. I know it's been a minute since I've gone on this live. Um, Crazy holidays. Last month we had COVID. This month we had a cold. So it's just like, the sicknesses are going around. And so it's really pulled a strain on just trying to, service clients, making sure that we're marketing correctly, and basically just surviving this this cold sickness and everything. But I've been feeling 100% over the last couple weeks, and I've been game planning, and a lot of the conversations I've been running into is as we go into the new year, we're going to be focusing on what's actually going to work for 2023 as it comes up. So I thought it would be a great time to actually go over a marketing plan for 2023 in regards to social media. So I want to go ahead and share this with you. This will be live right now, but you can also catch a recording of this later, which will be great because this will be within the Facebook group. If you actually find a colleague that you work with, someone that's maybe thinking about utilizing social media to generate more leads, more traffic, just more of a presence online, feel free to invite them to the group. They'll be able to catch this recording, and we can go ahead and go from there. This video, I hope, just gives you a ton of value out there. That way you're able to really just start growing your business, or at least understand what it's going to take. That way you can take the proper steps and really just not waste the time. I've been doing this for probably over the last 3 years, utilizing social media to help generate traffic. I've been able to make 6 figures since I started my business online, and just a lot of my leads, I don't pay for advertising. I do it all within social media, and I've been able to establish my business through social media. So I'm not going in this blindly. This is actually things that I've honed in on, and kind of took a lot of the trial and error of learning how to utilize social media, and just kind of condensed it for you so you have the quickest path to learning and being successful. So let's go right into it. I've never actually shared my screen before, but I want to kind of give you an idea because give me 1 second for a share screen. I kind of got a little bit of phlegm in me, so I'm going to be like clearing my throat a little bit here and there. Just one of those things that I can't get rid of, this little cough that I've been having. But we will be good. Okay, so this is one of the tools that I use to map out a marketing plan. What's really great is it's actually a program called, if you go to draw.io, it'll actually bring up a bunch of tools, and then you can create these cool little boxes and everything like that, and really just create like your own little map. But for every client I work with, I work on creating a roadmap on how we're going to work to generate leads, and this is how we're going to utilize social media to help generate leads. So the current funnel flow that really works really well is if you have a Facebook profile. Let me actually turn this on real quick. I hit the wrong button. Let me turn this on real quick. You'll be able to help see my cursor better. Where is it at? Where's the cursor pro? There it is. So we have Facebook. Why is it not? Why is it glitching? Okay. We have Facebook. So Facebook, that's a great platform to work on. Now I'm going to label all these different social media sites. This doesn't mean that you have to be on every single social media site. If you're a business owner and you have no online presence, and you're just trying to start, working to build your online presence, I would pick a platform that you're most comfortable with. But also on the flip side, if you're not comfortable with anything, pick one to learn and understand how it works. And one of the easiest ones to do is Facebook. Everyone is on Facebook. There's about 2.5 billion users on Facebook. Instagram, not as many people on there, but everyone seems to like to choose Instagram. Right now, I think Instagram is really struggling because they don't know what kind of platform they are. Back just a few months ago, they announced that they're going to be more of a video, app to help compete with TikTok. But then they got a lot of pushback, And so now they're kind of like, okay, well, we want to be still photo based app. And so they're still trying to figure out what the heck they're doing. What is their sole purpose in life as far as social media goes, because they're kind of going back and forth, and it's really throwing off the algorithm for them. And I know a lot of people aren't getting the same exposure as they were previously. So Instagram is still trying to find their way after all these revamps. So starting off on Instagram right now probably isn't the best ideal unless you want to stick with Reels. It's really great if you're using TikTok already and then repurposing those TikTok videos to upload into Instagram Reels. That is fine. That is 100% fine. You're not putting too much effort into Instagram. It's just a byproduct of TikTok. So with TikTok, that's another great platform to be on. Only because I always, as a marketer, I like to go where the eyeballs and the attention are already migrating to. And we all know that TikTok is just taking everyone by storm. The amount of views and exposure people are getting on there is phenomenal. I'm pretty sure everyone that is watching this video knows someone that claims that they got leads from TikTok, and kind of just either put that thought into their head that TikTok is actually working for them. Same thing with YouTube. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have acquired some leads from YouTube, whether you've had a small channel or a bigger channel, or someone that has acquired leads from YouTube. You can tell that, in my honest opinion, I think TikTok and YouTube are the way to go in 2023, just because YouTube is actually going to be more powerful with video content. So I kind of skipped into YouTube. So with YouTube, I think we're going to see a lot more, not competition, but a lot more exposure on YouTube than you would otherwise see, because YouTube's actually doing a really great job with giving people the right content at the right time. So whatever you're looking up, YouTube has a great suggestion on their features. For example, if I go to YouTube right now and I type in YouTube, you can see that my son's been watching a lot of it, which I'm actually not sharing my screen on YouTube. It's just the window. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm going to adjust the screen. So you can see my son's been watching YouTube for just this morning. And you can see how all the recommendations on here. So for example, if someone's looking up a home, they're going to see all these different recommendations on what they're looking for. So I think really YouTube is really pushing the right content to the right people at the right time. I've never rented a YouTube movie before, and I've never seen this. And then the one time I rented a movie, now I have this on my feed, which is amazing, because I actually almost rented another movie because of this. So it's one of those things where YouTube's really great at showcasing what it is that people are interested in. I'm going to share my screen one more time. Go back to here. So I think YouTube is a great platform. Not only that, but with YouTube Shorts just coming out, not a lot of people are utilizing that. And with YouTube Shorts, if you're trying to grow your followers, YouTube Shorts is a great way to go about it, because you can do a short, you can do your TikTok video, upload it to YouTube as a short, and that right there organically is going to generate you. I've seen anywhere from 100 views per video to upwards of tens of thousands of views per video, and generating lots of followers from those shorts. I think if you're looking for shorts, or if you're looking for followers, shorts is the way to go, as opposed to a YouTube video, which is a little bit longer, maybe a 10-minute video, 5-minute video, 15-minute video. Those videos tend to get watch times, but they don't really convert a lot of those into followers until they start watching enough of your videos. So if you're looking to grow followers, I would suggest doubling down and using TikTok to create those YouTube shorts. So we kind of understand a little bit more about these social media platforms. Now I can go into more depths on how to generate traffic with these social media channels, but that's a whole nother conversation. I just want to keep this kind of structured in picking a platform that you feel comfortable with and utilizing that platform to help drive that traffic with the content that you create organically. So if you're on Facebook, what kind of content are you creating on your personal profile or your business profile that is going to generate traffic into, which is the next step, which is into some type of landing page. Now, this landing page doesn't have to be, something like a Zillow page where they hop on the page and it's this huge elaborate site with an IDX feed. You're showing off all these things, mortgage calculators and everything. They need to go to a landing page that offers them some type of value. Not your generic, page, but some type of page that where if they go from your Facebook profile, or your social media profile. So say, for example, you go on Facebook and you're talking about, how you just sold this home. I just sold a home, $20,000 over asking price. The next step is, how do I get people to actually engage with me? How do I get people to actually want to be part of my ecosystem? So with Facebook, you can say something like, I just sold this house for over $20,000 over asking price. I have a complete marketing strategy of how to sell your home. If you're interested in learning how to sell your home for top dollar, I laid out some of the 10 steps on how we accomplish that. If you go to my landing page, I can give you a copy of that free guide on how to increase your home's listing, or how to prepare to get maximum funds for your home. So you create a landing page, very simple, that says, enter your email, your name, and that's pretty much it. And I'll shoot over this free guide. Boom. That's how you get people into your email list or opting in. Now, maybe they're not ready to make a deal right now. I know. So when it comes down to making a funnel, let me just do this real quick. I'm just going to do something like this. So we have different stages of a funnel. So with a funnel, we have the top of funnel. I'm just going to label it top. Oops. Copy, paste. For the top of funnel, we have middle of funnel. I literally just spelled top. I meant to spell top of funnel. And then we have the bottom of funnel. So the bottom of funnel is where you collect that cash and get the lead to convert. The middle of funnel is where you nurture, and the top of funnel is where you drive in cold traffic. So as traffic comes in, they progress through your funnel. So this is kind of going to be a very important key element. So top of funnel is, how do we create awareness? How do we stop people when they're scrolling on social media? How do we stop them and get their attention to hear what we have to say? And this is what we call the awareness piece. So I'm going to stick with TikTok right now just because I know that very well. It's great for building awareness because there's so many different trends. There's so much education you can create. There's just a lot of things that you can do with video that is just great. Why awareness doesn't work as well on Facebook is because everyone does the same generic post that at this point is honestly kind of played out. Unless you're creating video content where it's unique, it's showing your face, which is another thing. You have to be comfortable showing your face because people want to relate and build a personal relationship. They don't want to necessarily just see some structured post that has no idea who you are. It's just information, and it almost looks like you're taking them to school and you're teaching, and there's no relevance into making it engaging. So the reason why TikTok is so great is because you can actually stop someone in the schools by making something funny. And when it comes to actually creating content, you want to stick to emotion. So you want to trigger some type of emotion. So with emotion on TikTok, maybe you work with a client that had an inspirational story that you can utilize to help capture that emotion of what that client was going through. Because that kind of stuff is what triggers people to tap in into their feelings and their emotion and the human side to honestly stop the scroll and want to learn more about how this story plays out. Because we're all, as humans, we love to hear stories, and the people that actually succeed in business are amazing storytellers because they know how to convert those stories into emotion. So we have the top of funnel. We're trying to build awareness. The other thing you want to do is create engaging, funny, like funny type of stuff. So that's why TikTok does so well, is because you can see certain realtors having fun with it. And, maybe that person's like, oh, this realtor is really funny. I'm going to give them a follow. And then that's where you start building those relationships. So you got to mix it up a little bit. You can't necessarily keep the same strategy and just like 100x it, because usually that'll just get burnt out. You want to have variety in your content, and you want to capture people's attention by utilizing the platforms. So the last one is educational. So we want to be educational. And by education, I don't mean like every video you need to drop educational bombs, but you have to have some sense where the education kind of lends into your expertise. And that's where people start building the trust factor, because when you start building content, you're really establishing the know, like, and trust factor, as people don't know anything about you, who you are, what you can do for them, and how you can, show up for them. So we have the top of funnel, focus on awareness, stop the scroll. Once you stop the scroll and you get that, a lot of people miss out. They want to go from top of funnel straight to the bottom of the funnel, which is deal closed or house. House. So the bottom of funnel, a lot of people want to get from A to C right away. They want to go from awareness, like, hey, look at me, I'm a realtor, and then they want to go straight into, okay, let's work together real quick, And a lot of times, this is where, honestly, social media and people's desire to want to use social media for business drops off. They're not doing the middle part, which is the missing link to a lot of businesses. So the missing link is actually, you could probably guess it, is nurturing. So how do we nurture? How do we nurture businesses, or I'm sorry, our leads, or anyone? How do we nurture our followers? How do we nurture everyone? So there's a lot of things we can do. So what we're going to do is, once we get, so the awareness is, we're trying to say, hey, look at me, I'm a real estate agent. I have something juicy for you to want to come into, give me your email address. Landing page, really simple. And then they opt in to your email list. So and the awareness can also be, utilizing something like Facebook ads. So maybe you're running an ad and you're trying to basically create that awareness that, like, hey, you know what, I'm going to generate leads. I have a list of homes that I want you to take a look at. I can send you every morning or once a week. I can give you an updated list of homes, new listings. It could be, new listings in the area. It could be distressed properties. It could be homes that qualify for down payment assistance. There's a lot of different things we can do. It's about, utilizing what you have at your resources to create a compelling offer. So once we create the offer, we create the landing page, or on Facebook, which is really nice, is you can create Facebook lead forms and eliminate the landing page altogether. And then once you get that email, then the missing link is actually going into nurturing. And how do we nurture? The way I do it is through automation. Automation is kind of the secret sauce to any business that wants to scale and wants to have this machine on autopilot mode that does the work for you. So automation means that they opt into your landing page, they're an email, and then the very first email that they get, here, I'm going to do it down here because we're kind of going a little bit past. So the first email that they get from their opt-in is email number one. You give them the goods right away. You give them all the juicy, sweet stuff that you promised, and you don't hold back. You just say, okay, awesome. Thanks for, thanks for opting in to this amazing offer. Thanks for, downloading my book. You're going to find so much value in this. if you have some type of goods that you're offering, this is where it all goes in. And then what you do, and then the next step is to actually, the nurturing part is when you set up your email sequences. So your second email comes in maybe the next day or 2 days later. Now, this email kind of gives them a little background about you, maybe something that tells you your story, how you got into real estate. You want to start off by being. You're not trying to sell them anything. You're just trying to build the know, like, and trust factor. So, maybe to put. So, email 2 is something about you. Email number 3, you kind of give them a little bit more, like what got you into the industry, or maybe something that inspiring story that you helped with. But you could see, you want to create a good amount of emails, maybe at least like 7 initial emails that are automated to, once you have that new lead, you're nurturing them. And then you try to, at some point within the 7 emails, then what you want to do is, I'm not going to write out every single email list, but basically what every email should accomplish right here. That real quick. So what every email that you send should accomplish should be working to achieve booking a call on your calendar. So how do you create a calendar? A lot of agents I speak to don't have a calendar, or they do have a calendar, but they don't utilize a calendar. And so how you actually create a calendar is, using a simple tool called Calendly. Here, I'll type it out right here because I want to make sure you guys know how to spell it. So with Calendly, you can actually use that website to create your own personal calendar that syncs up to Google Calendars or Outlook calendars or whatever calendar you're using. That's part of your phone, your Android, your iPhone, your business. You can sync that up, and you want to book a calendar call. So because a lot of times, this stuff should be working for you, and at the end of the day, you don't want someone to call you. I mean, you do want people to call you, but a lot of times you're not going to be able to answer the call. So what you want to do is you want to try to fill your calendar up with booked calls. So social media, entice them to, get an offer. And I kind of skipped this part, but when you have your social media account, when you create your bios on your social media platforms, you want to include those links to your free offers, or the things that people can opt into. So many times, like I said, some people create the awareness and they drive traffic to a website. If you're a mortgage loan officer, a lot of times where I see is they're creating awareness on social media, and then it takes them straight to a website that is a fill in an application today, where they have to input their social, and they're going straight from awareness to trying to close or qualify a person, and they're missing out on the nurturing. And we're asking so much out of our online leads to give them our social. A lot of days people are more skeptical. I mean, just think of how many Facebook hacks you've seen over the last year alone. Maybe you've been hacked before, and so you have that sense of not trusting everything you click on anymore. The way the internet works is we all have our guards up, and we don't know a thing about anyone. So we're really making sure that whatever we put in our email to, or our information into, that number one, we got to build the know, like, and trust factor, because we don't know what we're opting into. Utilizing this builds a huge amount of trust into the business that someone opts into, that when they get to this stage, they feel comfortable booking a call. And then even when you book a call, you can set up the automation that sends out the reminders as well. So, and we also, what I like to do too is the automation that I run too is also email 1, email 2, but I also send out text messages, which is a great way to engage your clients. I don't get too intrusive with text messaging because a lot of times text messaging, it started off really strong in 2022, but as we move into 2023, I think a lot of people are going to be turned off by text messages because your phone is such an intimate place that a lot of people are going to get over the fact that they're getting bombarded by either marketing or by some type of text message. Now, it's still going to be relevant, if you're trying to reach out to people that have inquired with you and you're trying to send them reminders, maybe you're sending out, some type of cool offer. But as far as like trying to do constant bombarding of text messages, I think we're going to see that go out of style in 2023 moving forward, where people are just kind of over people seeing text. I mean, just look at your phone. Like, how many texts do you get from random things, especially during when we have voting? I get all these texts from every party, saying vote for this, and it gets annoying. And honestly, you probably get frustrated. So definitely stick to email, and then utilize text messaging, but not overuse it. So once you have all this built out, then all you have to do is really just worry about, your sales being, or your conversations being booked on your call. So if you have any questions about how this is set up or how you can utilize this for your business, or maybe you just have a question on how to set something up, I'm going to drop a link down so you can go ahead and schedule a call. No obligation to do anything. I just want to educate and train people on how to utilize this, because there's a lot to take on here. Like, when you think about running a business, you have the beginning, which is you have this right here. You have a bunch of different dams right here, right? Let's draw the dams. And I'm going to type in right here sales. I'm going to put no sales. We're going to keep it simple. I want that. So how do we go from no sales to sales, like on autopilot? Like, how do we set this up? So these boxes, I'm going to say, are going to represent the dams. So what we have here is, why is the arrow? No, there it is. Doesn't want to. Oh well. Just going to draw a straight line through. So we have no sales and we want to go straight to sales. Now, each one of these boxes is a certain roadblock or a dam that we have to overcome. So the first thing is, how do we drive awareness? And so once we break down this dam, a lot of times it's, okay, we need to establish a social media presence, pick a couple platforms. If you're going to go with just Facebook, what I would do is I would still create Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, but you don't have to utilize them. I would just do that to claim your space or your username, and then set up shop. But you don't have to post on there. You just want to kind of lock in your profile and then focus on one platform. The next thing is once you establish your awareness, then you run to another dam. What offer is actually getting leads in the door? So you talk to previous clients. This number 2 takes a lot of research on what it is that people are wanting to opt into. Do people want maybe any past client you had? You can ask them, like, what was the real struggle on you purchasing a home? And they'll tell you, maybe it was raising their credit score up. Maybe it was not saving enough money in time. Find out what problems people encountered as they were on the path to home ownership or selling their home. And once you find out from enough people with those conversations, then you say, okay, you know what? I can make this really, really amazing, offer on how I can help people overcome those obstacles by creating this either ebook or maybe this video training or something that would be worth someone giving their email for to get this information that is invaluable to them. So once you do that, so we bring that bridge down. We found out what problems people are having and create a content and an ebook on it or a video on it. Boom. The next thing is, okay, now we have to set up our automation. What emails are people, what is the open rates? What is a great first email? Are people actually downloading my free guide? What do they think about the free guide? What are they thinking? We want to get in their heads on what they're thinking on the automation part. What is it? What's preventing them? Are they so far out? They don't have enough funds? Is it the market? What's going on in their heads that's preventing them from booking a call with you? And then we have the last one is, this is essentially your sales pitch, your listing meetings, maybe your home buyer strategy session that you might be doing. What is it that's preventing you from actually closing the sale? And then once you got that, once you have all this set up, you should have, from no sales to sales, a money flowing river right here. But you could see that there was a lot of roadblocks we had to overcome. And it's not one of those things where we're not going to focus. Like, if we're not getting leads in, we're going to focus on here. If you're getting leads in, but you're not closing, you're going to focus on here. But you're not going to not get leads in and then try to focus on your closing, because we haven't encountered that problem yet. So this is how we compartmentalize the issues that we have into online leads and where we're drawing the issue with closing those leads. So we have to break down these barriers one at a time in sequential order, so that way we create that money flowing river that creates more sales for you and your business. So hopefully you found this very valuable. Like I said, this training was just to kind of create a marketing plan that you can utilize going into 2023. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below on this video, whether you're watching it right now or you're going to be watching it in the future. If you're watching it now, type a 1 in the chat. If you're watching it on a replay, type 2 in chat. I'd love to see what people are watching. Also, this video, when you comment, will help this video get seen to other members, so that way they don't miss out on growing their own business. And I look forward to chatting with you guys soon, and have a great rest of your day.